Okay, hi everybody. I am back to do the football video. Can y'all see it? Y'all see my football? Let me make sure that I got y'all in the right area so y'all can see. Okay, I think it. So here's an up close kind of picture of the football. It looks backward. I'm hoping that the camera did it. Oh, I got it upside down. Isn't that funny? Okay, so that's what it looks like up close, so you guys can see it. All right, okay, I'm gonna sit down. Here. Okay, couple of disclaimers. Let's start off by saying, let me give a couple of disclaimers before we get started doing this. I usually use PPD dark transfer paper. It's on Amazon. Look it up. It comes in various sizes. It's my go-to paper, but you can use any dark transfer paper you choose. You may just have to find the one that's best for you. I think today I'm not even using PPD paper. I'm using another brand that I got off Amazon, but it works just as well. I forgot the name of it. I post a link to both of them in the description, but my go-to paper forever and always will be PPD. Second thing, I use the $5 footballs from Walmart. Those are regulation size footballs, and my husband usually sands them down for me. Hopefully one day I could get that video from him. He sands them down for me to make them smooth on two sides, and that's how I get them smooth on two sides. Today I ordered an autograph football off Amazon, and what it means by autograph is that it has two sides where people can sign, and they're already smooth. Now when I first started doing these, this is what I was using, but then I was like, I think these balls are very expensive. They like, $15 or something. They may be more than that. I can't even remember how much I paid for this football, but they're expensive to get them like this. So I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather just get a $5 football from Walmart and sand it down, and then they can be multicolors. You get a red one, a black one. I think they come in different colors at Walmart, and you can get different colors. Whereas this one, you just get brown. It got the NFL logo on it. And you're stuck with just this brown, and or whatever. And then you have this white portion right here. This white portion that have words on it. But I wanted to do this, go ahead and do this video, and I forgot to get another ball while I was in Walmart. And then on top of that, my husband is very busy, and he wouldn't have had time to sand it down for me in order for me to do this video. So I just went ahead and used this one because this is the one I have on hand right now. You can order these for Amazon if you want to. If you don't want to sand the ball down, you can order these. This ball is not a regulation size ball. Let me say that again. This ball is not a regulation size ball. I think it came as a mini autograph ball, if I'm not mistaken. I think it said mini when it came in, and that's why I didn't use it, because it said mini, and I didn't want a mini ball. I wanted a regulation size football. So you can use this one, or you can go to Walmart and use a $5 one. Last thing I want to say, do your own measuring. Do your own measuring for your size football. You may want one smaller than this. They may come smaller than this. You may want to use that. You may want to use one. I don't know if they come bigger than regulation size. I don't know, but you're gonna have to do your own measuring. The template that I gave, whatever size that you have the ball, when you resize it from the corner, not from the, there's different points. There's a corner point, there's top points, there's a top point that's in the middle, and there's a side point that's in the, if you start adjusting from the top point up and down, it's only going to make it, do this way. It's going to minimize it like this. And then if you do the side points, it'll minimize it like this. But if you do it from the corner point, it'll make it all kind of go in together, and everything is still proportionate. So I think I did that on the actual video of me working with the template. But you're going to have to do your own measuring. I can't tell you what my measurements are, because the ball that I'm using and the ball you're using may be two totally different balls. You may get your ball from Five Below. You may have got yours from another thrift store somewhere that you found a football. I cannot measure for you. I cannot. Do not inbox me or send me a message asking me what size did I use or what was the measurements. The measurements are whatever you measured it. Let me show you how I measure mine. I measure from this point. Okay, I think from this point to this point, to these 2 points. This point to this point. And then I think for this ball it was 10 inches. But I subtracted it a little bit, maybe, so I wouldn't get that much hangover, because as you see right there, it's kind of hanging over on the end because you're gonna be stretching it a little bit along the way. But I think I went back a little bit on it, but I didn't come all the way to the end over here, so you can kind of see where my errors are. But like I said, this is for demonstration purposes for you to know how to do it. And then I measure from this point in the middle to this point at the bottom, and I think it was 4 inches. And I think from the original template, I think it was like 13 and like 5 1/4 or 5 1/2 or something like that. I can't remember what the exact measurements were, but when I reduced the size from the corner and told it I needed it 10 long, it automatically adjusted the middle, where I didn't have to do any telling it to adjust the top, the middle portion here. It just, once I shrunk it from the corner, it adjusted itself, and all I need to make sure that the length was correct, it automatically adjusted for the middle. So measure for thyself. Please do not ask me what my measurements are, because it won't help you. You need to measure for yourself. I said regulation size football, they usually are 13 inches. That's why I use 11 by 17 PPD paper. And for this mini ball, I was able to use an 8.5 by 11 paper because it was only 10 inches long. It was only 10 inches. I only needed 10 inches, so I was able to use a regular size, letter size dart transfer, and I was able to get both slices on one sheet. So that's that. You're not wasting a lot of material. You need one side. So that's a little disclaimer that's in the beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this and show you how to do it. I'm gonna try my best to talk over the heat gun. I may stop and try to talk in between it, so you can kind of hear what I'm saying, because doing voiceovers really don't help me. I need to talk while I'm doing it. So yeah, we're gonna try it. We're gonna make it work. Okay, so like I said, this is what it looks like when I print it out. Regular shirt. I'm not gonna cut. I'm gonna hand cut it out. So for what I'm using today, I got this autographed football from Amazon, some 8.5 by 11 dart transfer, my heat gun, and some scissors. Heat gun and some scissors. In my basketball video, I used my heat press, but that was only because I was already in there. It was already on, and I think I ended up using my heat gun anyway. So this time I'm just gonna do just the heat gun. I won't even use the heat press at all. You really don't need to use the heat press when you're doing it this way. So like I said before, I just hand cut these out. There's no reason to have to tell the machine to cut it out. You can, but I don't see the point in doing that. In the trash. Alright, so this is what we have. Okie dokes. Let me make sure I'm putting this the right way. So it's gonna be upside down to you guys, but it'll be I need to be able to see, make sure I'm doing it. I try to, once I get it down, I try to work backwards if I can. Okay, so we peel it off. Peeling it off. Throw that away. You don't need it. Alright. So the first thing I do is I get it lined up at my corner point, which is here. So I'm gonna work from this end, so y'all can kind of see me work. So you can make sure that I'm in the frame. I think I'm in the frame. Alright. So I start from here. I usually let my heat gun warm up a little bit. Let it warm up before you get started, So when you do this, it automatically sticks. It adheres. So as you see, bam, right there, you see that it's turned dark and the tip is like adhered to the ball. See that? Okay, we're gonna keep going. Making sure that tip is there. Okay. Alright, so as you see, when you pull it, you see how it starts to conform to the ball as you're pulling it. And this heat transfer by nature is going to shrink. You may get a few wrinkles. I've done this several times and I just have not figured out a way to get around some wrinkles. I can usually get the majority of them out, but you're just gonna have some wrinkles, okay? So here we go. So then I start just heating this up. It's as simple as this. I start heating it up. I could have made this a little wider. I see that now, but it's fine. And see, I go back and I try to rub out some of those wrinkles. And then I keep going. I keep going. Okay. I don't mind the wrinkles being on the edge, honestly. As long as it's not in the middle of my picture or on my words or anything like that, I'm cool with them being on the edge of the project. And you just kind of be patient and you work with it. Be patient and you work with it. So you get it the way you want it. Get it down. Try to get as less wrinkles as you possibly can. But you stretch it a little bit. Stretch it a little bit along the way. That'll help with the wrinkles. That'll help pull the wrinkles out. Like I said, you're going to get some. You're going to get some. Basketballs, I don't get that many wrinkles. Footballs, I do. Footballs and soccer balls, I get wrinkles. And I go ahead and kind of give the disclaimer to the customer. It may have some wrinkling on the edge. You know, it's not going to be 100% smooth. You know, this is a handmade item. You know, just kind of go ahead on and give them kind of like a little disclaimer. We shoot for perfection, but sometimes it's just not. We just can't. And somebody may figure out the trick that I haven't figured out on how to get all the wrinkles out and show me. So that's a thing too. If somebody figures this out, the template is too big or something like that, and you figured out that you could get this a lot smoother than I did, hey, I'm all for it. Come back and let me know. And then that's how I finish it up. And then I got it stretched across the ball and I finish it up. And what I mean by finish it up, I go ahead and tack that end down. That's it. Then I go back. You guys see me? Okay, y'all see me? Okay, so I go back and I start, see the colors changing? That's actually adhering it. You see how some parts ashy at the top and then it's changing to a darker color at the tip? That's actually adhering it to the football. that means this sucker ain't coming up. That is it. Once you get to this stage, if you haven't pulled the wrinkles out or got all the wrinkles you're gonna get out of there, then that's it. This ball gets hot. You want the ball to get kind of hot because that helps in pulling some of the wrinkles out too. But don't overheat it because you will burn it, and you will put holes in your dart transfer if you overheat your dart transfer. Let's see, can I got quite a few wrinkles right here. Let's see, can I get some of them? Actually, I can't even get it up. Like I said, I can't. Once you get this down, usually you can't get it back up, and you can overstretch it if you pull on it too much. And it'll look all wonky on the football. And you want to get as much of a clean line as you possibly can on it. And like I said, as it starts to change colors, you'll be able to tell. Just like you can tell on a t-shirt. Like if you can tell when it still look kind of ashy on a shirt that it's not finished pressing. It's not adhered to the shirt well. At least I can. But I've been doing this for like 5-6 years. You know, so I can just tell. I can just know that's not hot enough. That's not on there good enough. And so you just keep sealing it until you get that darker, the dark color. The picture start looking so ashy. I get a little close to mine. I've been doing this a long time. I get a little close because I know just about how long to leave it there. You may not want to get so close until you get really comfortable with doing these balls and stuff like that. But I get really close to mine because I want to go ahead on and adhere, and I try not to stay in one spot too long. Too long. I try not to stay in a spot too long. So that is it, guys. Really, that is it. That is it. That's how I get that on that football. Like I said, as you see, I got a few wrinkles up here. If I probably took a little bit more time, then I probably could have got all the wrinkles out, or at least minimized a lot of those wrinkles. But it's not in this. I'm gonna take this outside and I'm gonna seal it with some Rustoleum clear coat, the 2-time clear coat, clear thick, whatever it is, the name of it. Once it cools down, I'm gonna take this outside and do that. But that's how I get that on there. You see, it don't take that long. The longest part to me is actually designing it. But like I said, I do these all the time. So, you know, you may, once you get used to it, doing it, and you mess it up a couple of times, you'll be able to see that. And like I said, when I seal it, that's it. That's kind of that's the gist of that. That is a done deal. I may go over it with heat a little bit more, but I doubt it. I'm going to take this outside and seal it. And then when they get it in a display, it'll be like this. So when they take pictures and they hold the ball, they'll be able to hold it. Oh, I'm not even in the shot. They'll be able to hold it like this. And then you'll get both the pictures in the shot. And like I said, you can make this wider where you don't have that gap. I like the gap, but you know, you can make it wider where you don't have that seam right there. You can cover the seam completely. But I kind of like the gap. So like I said, that's perfect personal preference of whether you want the gap or not. But that's how I do that. I know people like want it to be like this rocket science-y type thing, but it's really not. It's really not that hard to do. And I use, let me say this. I usually seal, and when I say seal, that means I lightly coat it. Lightly coat it. I usually do that about 6 to 8 times. And wait 30 minutes between each seal. I wait 30 minutes between each one, and then it usually puts a barrier on there pretty thick where you don't feel the wrinkles in the ball anymore, and it feels like a a glossy coat. I really want to try it one time with some epoxy and see, can I get the epoxy to be on here and not run. Like, I really want to try it. I may try it with some quick dry epoxy, but we're gonna see. I'll do a video if I ever test my theory out with some quick epoxy and put it on the footballs, and then that would completely eliminate, you know, like you won't really see the wrinkles, but it'll be completely smooth across the top, and then it'll be, you know, it'll be next to amazing then. But that's how I do that. That is it. Alright guys, next video that's coming up is the volleyball. I'm gonna try to record all 4 of these in one night. We're gonna see. Alright guys, until next time.